It's the Mead for Metal podcast.
Oh, bother.
Whang! Oof.
That girl angry.
Hippie death cult.
I'm all right with that.
That guitar player's riffy as all fuck, man. Got like 20 different riffs a song, and I think to listen to some of them, he's clearly a solid fan of Collective Soul, man.
Collective Soul, little Black Sabbath in there.
Yeah, real similar riffs. One of them's just straight. I sound like he's straight lifted from Precious Declaration. So, I approve, though, especially like bands that put out shit and they all have like hundreds of views on day of release.
Ain't no piss podcast, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, way over 25. Oh, we got, because Brandon was concerned we weren't going to hit 25, and then suddenly we like hurdled that shit like an Olympian.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're at like 28 grand.
That's great.
People want to know about piss.
Something weird. Something changed in the algorithm. Because our last podcast, we get like, we do this shit for our own mental health. We're not doing it for clicks, but we get 20 to 30, maybe 40. Uh-huh. And last one, we're what, 400 something?
308.
Over 300, yeah.
Huh.
I blame Michael P.S. Hayes' sweet body.
That's probably it. That big, hairy, fucking blonde man from South Georgia.
The old rebel flag draped around his naked form. God, I'm feeling so steamy.
Verklempt. So how you assholes doing, huh?
Terrible.
Okay, good. That sounds right.
Krista, how are you?
I'm okay. Just tired. Perpetually.
Yeah. Perpetually tired. Entering the world of capitalism. Enter the world of pain.
I'm just so, it's to the point where I just, you know how, I don't know, you just get so tired you don't even have any emotions left to feel. You're just like, yeah, I'm here.
There's no energy. You gotta divert that shit elsewhere.
Yeah, I am pouring from an empty cup. There ain't shit left.
It's problematic because, fuck, man. I mean, the worst thing you can do kind of is to entirely disengage from society.
Uh-huh.
But yet, looking at the goddamn nature of the world right now, I have to disengage.
If you want to protect yourself in any sort of capacity, you have to. I don't know. I compartmentalize my stuff because I definitely am still keeping like a pulse point of what's going on in Israel/Palestine.
Yeah.
But I know that it's really heavy and a lot of people don't want to engage because especially a lot of there is no conversation to engage in. Most people it's still the same old song and dance.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got to understand the evil that fucking Iran is able to do. And Iran's able to come to the table and make everything slant one way. And the world just kind of fucking immediately blames Palestine or blames Israel. It's like it's actually something more insidious than that.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because the Hezbollah thing has always been a fucking real problem. But and that's where Iran sticks its horns into and successfully so. And especially because we destabilized fucking Iraq, so there is no buffer there to keep Iran out of that regional fucking, trying to be a regional hegemon. Mm-hmm. But, no, well.
Come visit sunny Iraq.
Yeah. Yeah, and even there, well, it's just it's all just one big shitty mess, and we can't even legislate this. In this
no, I know
anymore.
we're literally stuck in a no making law zone. I'm like, y'all can't even do the literal one thing you're supposed to do.
Got a dude that I don't
requirements.
Got a dude that I don't necessarily even knows he's in this realm now, and he's actually in the Oval Office. Got the last guy from the Oval Office that can't fucking stay off. They found his weakness. Like, this guy can't not
talk.
Yeah,
that dude likes to talk.
And then finally, a judge is like, "Man, you gotta fucking knock this off."
Shut the fuck up.
Not that they will sanction him, I don't think. But
I've heard that they're doing it.
Yeah,
but
we'll
who knows
see
if it'll actually happen?
We'll fucking see. But it's not like there are no options. There are no options. There's not a chance of me going in like here in a year and going, "Hot damn, there's this guy on the ballot. I think he's all right." That will never happen. I have a feeling, again, except for local politics.
Yeah, I'm still baffled that so many people still so wholeheartedly support him. I'm like, holy shit. Like, we really...
Trump or Biden? Actually, that's a valid question for
either of them.
Yeah.
Either of them. But to me, particularly Trump. Like Trump has literally is now being,
Well,
like,
his is a cult, though.
yeah,
you
right.
know.
And I understand that, but it boggles my mind that it seems like no matter what that man does, they will, like, I don't think he can do anything wrong in their eyes.
He fucking just whips out a pistol and shoots somebody to death on a sidewalk.
They would
They'll go, hot damn!
Yeah, they would validate it.
And then they would start doing it because that's what they think the
That's
world
what
is.
they
Monkey
are.
see, monkey do in a fucking huge way. And it's not kindergarten anymore, children.
So crazy.
All Trump would have to say is, that man was looking at me crossways. I'm like, oh, sorry, sir. Sorry. You know, you're absolutely right. Go ahead.
That's right.
Let this man through.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn. He was talking about, fucking Hamas was like how brave they were. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know. The whole fucking thing's a mess. Because you got to change your routing. It's just like, well, I'm behind one. Oh, goddamn it, he's behind this mess, and he's. I don't know. Trying to connect the dots. I feel like that fucking meme of Charlie Day, where he's like up against a map with like all these thumbtacks and
Pepe Sylvia thing.
Super pumped.
But you know what?
Carol.
You got hippie death cult to go to for all your head clearing shit. So
I've been listening to a lot of Tool this week.
well. Yeah, there's good reason because some events have changed since 2 weeks ago.
I made some shit happen.
Yeah.
Tool tour gets announced. Tickets go on sale like the next day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was so crazy.
And Tool is of course. Tool, if it's doable, it's doable.
If it's in the bubble, I would rather see Tool multiple times than check out something brand new. And the reason for that is because I know what I'm getting.
Right.
You know it's gonna
Sure.
be good.
And what it is a life-changing show. So looking forward to it.
And now and they got a damn good opener.
Yeah.
Fucking
that was
Elder.
the shocking thing is they had Killing Joke last time we saw him. Not a fan. And it's like, was Killing Joke just trying to be loud for the sake of being loud? Yes. One other band of their same age bracket did that before when they opened for Stone Temple Pilots. That was Cheap Trick. It was just nothing but just a loud, is a wall of noise. Just like, let's crank it to 11. Yeah. You're opening for an act that is then going to come out and blow you away because they don't need to get as loud and they're far more technical.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the nature of it. But to have Elder open, get the fuck out of here.
It's getting two birds stoned at once.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I would actually. I didn't have Elder on the bucket list because I didn't think I'd ever be at a point where I could really catch those guys because they seem to tour only on the East Coast and Europe.
Yeah.
And they're from the East Coast too. So
Yeah, they're in high demand everywhere except the Southwest, apparently.
yeah, but we'll be able to catch them in OKC. So
Hell yeah.
it'll be a good time.
I'd love to hear the thought process as to why they chose Elder. It's kind of shocked me to be like, oh, you guys like Elder, huh? That's pretty dope.
I really don't know. Most of the time, now Jerry Cantrell had said you don't get an opener that is really going to lure your fans away. So you always want to get one that might be somebody that you're a fan of or friends with or whatever that will entertain a crowd but are very different from what you do.
Killing Joke.
And Alice in Chains did that with Starbenders. Starbenders,
absolutely.
very different band. Like, wow, this, it kind of opened the third eye to like, what the fuck is going on with these people? And it didn't hurt that they had Emily Moon, their drummer, is fucking smoking hot.
Yeah, and a pretty good fucking drummer.
A really good drummer, really. Yeah. So, and then, but it was very different from anything we'd hear from Alice in Chains. And I thought, when we heard Killing Joke open for Tool, I thought, well, here it is. That Jerry was absolutely right. Here's Tool pulling out a band from the 70s and 80s that really has just been around.
I only knew about them because Metallica covered one of their songs, The Weight.
Yeah.
And, Metallica does tend to cover a song and do it better. But that one was real easy to do better.
In Deftones, it made sense when they had duos open for them, right? Wasn't it duos?
They had that.
Isn't that the name of the band?
Oh,
Can't
no,
remember the name.
It's not
wasn't
duos.
but
I remember Gojira.
Yeah. Well, now that was a different deal because that's a double billing right there. But yeah. So they'd had this other band that just fucking drove me crazy because their warbling on their harmonies drove me batshit crazy. Duos, God damn it. But anyway, neither here nor there. Clearly, they impressed. But again, that's another one. It's like, man, their music is dog shit compared to what I'm expecting for the show.
Sure.
Vows.
That's
Vows,
what
there
it
it
was.
is.
Vows.
I know it was
Sorry, Ruben.
I know it was a 4-letter word.
I enjoyed them, but you're right. I didn't go seeking them out after. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't enough to.
No, I didn't even enjoy it.
No, I know you were very.
Gojira
unimpressed.
came on. I was like, okay, now we're fucking talking. But
Cooking with gas now.
But that was it. But I would pretty much forward the idea that they were louder than fucking Killing Joke was, and I thought Killing Joke was obnoxiously loud.
Yeah, well, and Killing Joke, we were all the way across that arena.
Yeah,
and we were getting it right in the face. Gojira, we were like 12 rows back
from the mosh pit.
Yeah, from the little J area. I mean, we were up there in it.
Yeah. And an outdoor show, you wouldn't think it's going to be that loud, but fuck that. Gojira was
loud.
But yeah, so this one's kind of weird. Elder is definitely different from Tool, but nonetheless, though, it is kind of an interesting. I am kind of interested in, like, man, I wonder what the conversation was to get Elder to handle, because they're not doing the entire tour. They're doing most of it.
Well, they're doing the winter leg.
Yeah.
Because the one they're doing right now has, like, some comedic act with them.
Like Bert Kreischer.
Thankfully not.
Doing the machine. The guy been doing the same bit for 20 years.
Made a movie out of it.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Machine.
Yeah. I was talking to a coworker about that movie today, and yeah, he didn't have anything positive to say.
Shocking.
He said it wasn't bad. Like, okay, well, I didn't expect it to be bad. Was it good? He said, no, it wasn't good either.
Wasn't good, wasn't bad, it just was.
Yeah. It's like, eating a beef and bean fucking burrito from Allsup's.
Yeah.
It's like, it ain't great. It ain't
All right.
I can make it worse.
Yeah.
It's like eating a beef and bean burrito from Allsup's when you clearly ordered a chimmy.
Oof.
Now, that is a problem.
Those fucking bitches did that to me today.
And you probably paid Chimmy price.
I paid Jimmy price.
You got a shitty
I would've been
burrito.
mad.
It's like I took a bite of it because, of course, I started eating that shit as soon as I got on my ride. And first bite,
Yeah, you're like fuck.
ugh,
Hey, where's the meat?
bah. Oh, Hank
Hill
Hill.
there.
And yeah, sure enough, beef and bean burrito. I almost went back in. I was like, fuck, I have to go back to work. I have to go back to work.
Yeah.
So I just ate it in rage. That bitch, I dusted it by the time I got back from work. I almost threw it out the window just because, like, I'm disgusted. I ain't going to Allsup's anymore. They burned me. They fucking burned me, man.
Did we not learn anything from the movie Anchorman? Don't go throwing burritos out the window. You might hit Jack Black on a motorcycle.
Then
What the fuck, bro? You throw a burrito at your window?
kicks that dog. That's how I roll.
Oh, not Baxter.
Poor Baxter.
Yeah, he's all right. He made it. Spoiler alert, guys. He didn't die.
So goddamn, here we are a week out from the old Halloween. Ooh.
Spooky time.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel less in the season for Halloween this year than I have in a long time, I got to say.
It's hard to get stoked for Halloween when it's 90 fucking degrees outside.
Yeah.
There's that.
The weather is certainly applicable. In
Well,
that.
usually Eastern New Mexico kicks us square in the balls. We go from 90, and then suddenly it's like a high of 50, and we're down in the 20s
freezing
overnight.
balls.
Everybody got to scramble to get propane, fucking get, furnace filters changed out, shit like that. I'm like, oh, fuck me, winter's here now.
Yeah.
This one is just summer won't go away. It's like a fucking ex-girlfriend that's just like with a pair of binoculars.
Uh-huh.
Like, settle down, Summer. I ain't coming back. Summer, like, the fuck you ain't.
You stay right here.
So, yeah, 90s today, tomorrow. Well, thereabouts. I think we get a little break next week. But again, it's just waiting for the other shoe to drop because we don't get to enjoy fall.
No, it literally just flips to winter.
Late summer to early winter every year.
It's so
Like,
good.
isn't there a season supposed to be in here somewhere?
Yeah. My
It's like,
favorite one.
It's like we sold it to Texas or
Yeah,
something.
the one we don't get. Motherfucker.
Is anybody watching any good scary movies? Yeah.
See, maybe that's the other one, too, is because I haven't been, usually almost every year, I'm the guy that's like, hey, let's fucking watch this one this Saturday, and we'll watch this one, and then we'll watch this flick, and
See, we watched that fucking La Llorona movie and it ruined everything.
yeah. Well, that wasn't bad, and we didn't watch that, actually. Well, did we watch that?
That was
in the
last
season?
year.
We did watch that within the Halloween
Yeah.
season. Yeah. This year, I don't know. I mean, I could throw on some older shit, but because we were talking about horror movies right before we jumped on about how somebody that I'd heard about did a mushroom trip and watched a horror movie and had a bad trip, which is it's like, oh, that sounds like a cause and effect.
Normal thing there.
But
Clearly was a new one.
But I would say that it's hard for me to kind of get my head into the season.
We started watching like Halloween themed movies, so nothing really scary, but like we did all the Halloween Town movies, which I had never seen before, but were one of my roommates, I guess, classics. And then like, I don't know, Sleepy Hollow,
Nice.
From Hell, like more
Shit
thriller,
Nice.
like,
Shit like that is okay.
yeah, but but then we kind of fell off, and then last weekend we watched Beetlejuice, and I realized it was my first time seeing Beetlejuice from start to finish, which was crazy. Yeah.
Well, it was a little.
How was
before
your
time.
experience with that?
I enjoyed it. I'm gonna be honest. Beetlejuice kind of grosses me out because I'm like, how old is Lydia?
Let's see.
Because why is he trying to marry a teenager? It just weirded me out. I
It's
was
set in like West Virginia, right?
Okay. Is that how they get away with it?
This is set in like the Northeast.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. That was the
That's
only
the same.
thing that I was like a little, but I know, yeah. Anyway, I was trying not to focus on that very much, but
And now for those, for those of us that haven't seen, well, those of us I've fucking seen, we've all seen Beetlejuice. Well, we have now.
yes,
He's a ghost trying to make it back to the mortal plane.
And therefore,
just is
underage girls is no big deal.
fair enough.
Because then he was going to move on to Wednesday Addams
Well,
after that.
oh
you know?
my,
Delia and Gina Davis's character were already married. That would have just been wrong.
that's true.
I don't know. Yeah, 'cause we were talking a little bit about horror flicks right before we jumped on. I can't do the gross. The
Yeah,
gross
gory.
bothers me because I don't care.
Yeah.
Because it's not scaring me. It's making my guts turn going, that's fucking disgusting. That's what it does. I admire movies that make me go, holy shit, that's scary.
Yeah.
I would have to say probably Sleepy Hollow, fucking a little scarier than a lot of your mainstream shit that comes out now.
I love Sleepy Hollow. I like
Sleepy
From Hell.
Hollow is fun.
It's
Sleepy Hollow's
really
a fun fucking
eerie.
movie.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow is it's so good.
Now, what are your thoughts on The Ring?
So that scared the piss out of
Yeah.
me. I was 14 and saw that in a theater with some friends, and we were just screaming, hollering, cussing. Like, I was freaked. I did not sleep that night.
That is more my jam.
Yeah, I'm into
Like,
thriller.
Saw, no, man. And I always go to Saw because that is the grossest fucking.
Pretty gnarly. I like watching it because I'm just always curious. But yeah, it's certainly not my favorite.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I growing up, I mean, yeah, Friday the 13th, that was my jam, I will admit that after about the third one, I checked out because
Yeah.
they got a little fucking goofy.
It's repetitive and stuff.
Final chapter is the best one, and that's the fourth one.
Two is the best one. That's that's where the spear goes through the couple making sweet, sweet love, and a spear goes right through them all the way down into the floor under the bed.
That one does have the best heroine, I believe, the best fucking lady hero out of the bunch.
Yeah, probably. That was another. But again, the problem is that because with the really old Friday the 13th movies, like, well, fuck, at least this fucking thing's over, and it's not really. You get an extra like 3, 4, or 5 minutes of intrigue. It's like you think that the hero or heroine gets away, and they don't. You know. The problem is then they start instituting that in the last 45 minutes in modern Friday the 13th movies where it's like, God damn, now it's just going to be one of those that just exhausts you.
Right.
Because it feels like, oh, well, they're already starting this. That means there's about 45 minutes left. Fire up the bus, kids. We got 45 minutes of this to go.
I got lucky. I got to watch all this shit when I was a child.
Yeah.
Parents didn't give a fuck.
That's the best kind of parents to have.
Yeah. Well,
Go out there, you'll raise a Dan O'Boone that way.
it does bring you to the point where it's like, I'm like, y'all, I am cool with gore. It's more, but I don't view it as like, oh God, it's more just like, you see someone like get a real good hit in football, that reaction you have, or someone getting clocked in UFC. It's more that reaction. But it's just because I'm so desensitized. So it's like, fuck, man, I've seen some pretty weird fucking movies.
Well, we did that Alan Tudyk movie from a few years ago. There was kind of almost a spoof of horror, but some
Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
Yeah. Yeah, that was which Krista had never seen, so I was glad I threw it on. But it has all the tropes of that shit. But it is definitely a direct poke of fun.
Oh, absolutely.
At the horror genre, and I can get behind all of the humor there. It's like, yep, that's fucking hilarious.
And for what it is, that's a pretty gory flick. You know, the death scenes in that are pretty good.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. No, if you've not watched it, you got to do that.
I rank it right up there with Shaun of the Dead as far as like horror movies I think are fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Shaun of the Dead's great because it has British humor, which is a very different thing. But man,
it's all about timing.
Yeah, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Yeah, that's a whole different kind of culture right there.
Yeah, no, they nailed that too.
And Alan Tudyk, I'd never watched him in like in a comedic role. He's always the
Dodgeball.
He's the jokier guy. I'm almost thinking of Firefly. He is.
Well, I mean, in Dodgeball, he's in that.
Yeah,
he's Pete the Pirate.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched that one. Not in its entirety.
Learning a lot about you people here today.
Not in its entirety. Some shit that man, Trey Parker, Matt Stone movies. I gotta figure out if I want to watch them or not. Number one. Number two, I got to figure out if I even have the means to watch them.
Which movie of theirs?
There's one Dodgeball?
They did not do Dodgeball. No.
Oh, I've got their fucking Basketball. I got that confused.
Yeah, that. Well, you know that you have to be a fan of their work.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not a movie cat necessarily, unless it's some from way back when my brain would absorb things better. Because it doesn't absorb shit all that well now. I can watch a movie, and unless it fucking really just gets my curlies up, you know. No, I'm probably not going to remember it 3 months down the road.
That's fair.
So, Once Upon a Time Hollywood's probably the last great movie you would say you've seen.
It is, yeah. I'd have to say, yeah. But it's Tarantino. What are you going to fucking watch a bad Tarantino movie? Unless it's Kill Bill, probably not. And even Kill Bill, the second part, even that, and even if you hate anime, it's still got some things that are redeemable in it.
Sure, I think they get things right. The last 45 minute of Kill Bill Volume 2, I think is really great. It's when it finally feels like a Tarantino movie.
Right, because the anime shit that dominates the first half of that movie, it never feels Tarantino-like, which is kind of weird because Tarantino's into anime and everything else, but I don't associate anime with fucking Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
Well, he tried to do a Japanese martial arts movie, pretty much.
As a white man.
Hey, man, Sturgill Simpson wrote a fucking soundtrack to an anime movie as a white guy from Kentucky.
Hey, it's fair. You can do it. It's just interesting because for me it didn't present well, but it was because, I don't know.
Well, and I feel all of Tarantino's movies are homages to other things.
Yeah, and that's fair.
Yeah. I don't think try like, bro, I'm going to make this here kung fu movie. It's going to be
No. I don't feel like I didn't mean that. Sorry, it probably came off in a specific way, but I just meant that maybe I feel like sometimes if you're not of the culture, it's harder to present.
Sure,
the culture.
Being a fan and being involved. Yeah, sure.
Top 3 list: Quentin Tarantino movies.
That he did, or that he was in, or both.
Oh shit, I don't know. Well, however you want to interpret it, I don't care.
I guess
I'm already
top
ready,
has
so.
to be Pulp Fiction.
Well, mine is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Number 2 would be Pulp Fiction. Number 3 would be Jackie Brown.
See, I've not seen Jackie Brown. I've not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
How fucking dare you?
I've seen
Learning a lot about you people at this table.
I've seen Kill Bill. I think I've seen both volumes 1 and 2. Pretty sure. I've seen
Dusk Till Dawn.
If
I did a top 5, it would be in the top 5.
Now,
list,
From Dusk Till Dawn's a Robert Rodriguez movie.
But it was Robert Rodriguez / Quentin Tarantino, right?
Quentin was just in it.
Oh shit!
I thought he was
he might have been a
directed.
producer.
Yeah,
but
You're
Robert
right.
Rodriguez wrote that.
You're right.
Yeah.
That was Robert Rodriguez. Shit.
Like that Desperado.
Hayek. Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah.
Funny thing about that movie. So Quentin Tarantino is a self-professed foot guy. So he casts himself in From Dusk Till Dawn, and there's that scene in that movie when they're watching Salma Hayek dance, and she pours the liquor down her leg, and he's got her foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
You put 2 and 2 together, all of a sudden I feel real bad for Salma Hayek.
And it feels like actually that guy probably had a lot more power behind the scenes of that movie than if it's just a Robert Rodriguez movie.
I got to check. Either that or Robert Rodriguez is doing his boy a favor.
Yeah. I don't know, but that goddamn is creepy though. When like the teenage chick, the only one that survives. Spoiler alert. And he's got the retainer, and so he starts making the clacking noise with his retainer.
I grind my teeth.
Yeah, as he's looking at her. Oh, yeah. George Clooney, hey, put your retainer in.
Trying to help poor Juliette Lewis just not be irate by his brother.
Oh, man, that was a creepy flick.
Yeah. Directed by Robert Rodriguez, written by Quentin Tarantino.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Well, that's why it has the Tarantino
like...
weirdness to it, because it was written by that motherfucker, and clearly he had a lot of call on casting. Because that back in those days, Harvey Keitel wasn't really jumping on board with a lot of things, but almost every time Quentin Tarantino called him, that guy was on board.
And that's a very muted movie too. That like his role in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, Keitel?
Yeah.
It was central, though.
Oh, absolutely. But it wasn't like your normal Harvey Keitel role. It's like a former preacher that lost his faith, taking his daughter, I can't remember where.
And his Asian son.
I forgot about that guy, too. Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. Would you call that horror? I guess you have to, since it's got vampires in it. But
yeah, but it ain't scary. It's got Cheech in it.
It's got Cheech Marin
and Danny Trejo.
That's so funny.
Pussy.
I bought the soundtrack to that movie just because it had that entire line as a track from Cheech when he's out selling pussy in front of the titty twister.
I have a brother, and he knows who he is. That used to have that like on I think it was a startup sound. We'd fire up his computer.
That's great. I thought you were going to say like a ringtone, but that'd have been a little while back.
Yeah. No, I mean I am talking a while back, but it was I want to say it might have been the startup or something that would fire up. I don't know.
For my top three, I would goddamn, that's actually really tough because there's a handful of movies I really enjoy.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed Django.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed Inglourious Bastards.
I forgot he did Django.
Which one?
Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah,
I fucking enjoyed that movie.
I liked Inglourious.
I watched it.
Too.
I was glad I watched it, but it's not one I'll watch probably a second time.
That's the one with Brad Pitt, right? And it's like based in Nazi Germany, et cetera, et cetera. I didn't realize that was him either.
Yeah.
Okay, I enjoyed that one well enough. I think I'm in the same boat as you, though, Kev. Do you mean like Django Unchained?
Yeah.
Why do I not? No, I didn't realize he did that.
Yeah, that was Tarantino.
Django Unchained might actually be over Pulp for me. I really thought Django Unchained was very well done.
Yeah. It's actually it's a movie I probably watched Django probably 3 or 4 times because it's not my favorite Tarantino, but
sure.
But I've watched it limited enough, and it's such a long movie.
I
pick up several new things every time I watch it.
Yeah, no, I feel like it was really, really well done.
Pulp Fiction, on the other hand, once upon a time I could have probably quoted that fucking movie for scene to scene to scene.
Yeah.
Because I think I fell asleep to that movie every night when I had it on VHS for a couple of months.
Oh, that's so funny.
And that's probably why I wouldn't be on my top 3, just because I've seen it so much. It's burned in my brain.
That's fair.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go Glorious Bastards, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that third spot goes between Inglourious Bastards, Django and Pulp Fiction.
Not a bad call, man. I'm actually shocked you have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood up there because it's a fucking great movie.
It's a fun fucking movie, and the ending is great.
Yeah, because you get the twist is like, oh, instead of like the really bad shit that happened and
the real
summer,
shit,
the way things actually played out, and you get like an alternate reality of like, oh, well, this is what should have happened. They should have had fucking Rick Dalton,
goddamn right,
with a flamethrower running around.
Well, Tarantino likes it as like Glorious Bastards. Guess what, motherfuckers? Hitler gets his.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can appreciate Tarantino for that. He's like, nope, this is the way I want the world to be. I'm writing a movie here. Why can't I fucking make this movie the way I want? Oh, I can.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is my shit.
I'm the biggest director in Hollywood. Fuck you. But yeah, and I don't know, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood touched on so many things because when I was growing up, you get like a lot of shit from like the 60s and syndication back when I was a kid. So, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood would kind of embrace that. of where you're getting like the actor as things change and like nobody's watching westerns anymore and the world was kind of really changing cinematically, and it really tracks that really, really well. As Leonardo DiCaprio has to kind of change his entire of who he is as an actor. It's a fucking great movie. So we'll throw it on over here some night when you're not worn out. So
Yeah, catch me in a couple of months.
yeah.
Well, guys, we've been bantering for about a half an hour.
Oh no shit. Well, it's gone fast.
I guess I hear someone knocking at the door.
I hear you knocking. Ooh.
I was like, what song is this?
That's Metallica doing some old 60s song.
Keep it knocking, but you can't come in. Yeah.
Guess we gotta check in, find out what the lowdown, what's going down with LJ.
Mead!
For what?
For metal!
For metal.
Hey, kids, it's LJ with the metal portion of the Mead for Metal podcast. If you guys listened this far in, congratulations. I'm about to reward your patience with a little bit of metal. And to those who tuned out or clicked on something else, I hope that you were entertained by the other content you seek. But let's go ahead and jump into these new releases, which I think we have a pretty good list, if not a fairly decent one. All right, let's get into it. So the first band on this list is a symphonic metal band called Within Temptation, and the album is called Bleed Out. It's pretty good. If you like stuff like Nightwish, then you're going to definitely love this band. It's also fronted by a woman named, hang on, let me get this right, Sharon Den Adele. I suck at fucking pronunciation. Guys, help me out in the Mead Hall. And guitarist Robert Westerholt. Oh, okay, cool. They've been classified by critics as gothic metal and symphonic metal, although each album contains other influences outside those genres. Taken verbatim from Wikipedia. Now, another thing, I don't know if this band would be objectively good or objectively bad. I like them, but you be the judge. I'm just here to tell you what's new. Now, speaking of new stuff, which is just like I covered, my responsibility, pay attention, LJ. There's a band called The Iron Roses who has a new album out called The Iron Roses. Believe it or not, it's not their first album. Interestingly enough, I get this weird mindset that if you're going to name an album after your band, then it's got to have like their definitive style on there. Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden comes to mind. I don't think that Metallica's Metallica fits that sort of motif. But, there are a lot of bands like that. This particular band is a punk band, but also does ska punk. So, there's also reggae elements on this one. I don't know exactly what they're about, but they sound pretty good. I used to have ties to ska bands that were cool and would play in my backyard and stuff. So if ska and punk are something that you're interested in, check these guys out. And girls. And if not, well, you don't have to. But if you do decide to get into this band, then I'm going to give you some advice that I tell all my friends that play video games. Support the official release. It's just kind of an obvious thing for, fans to go ahead and show their dedication to a band and appreciation to them by buying their shit. So, there you go. And I know the irony that I listen to these songs free on the internet before I tell you guys to go buy their shit. But, I'm just trying to help you make an informed decision. And I'm also kind of high. And tired. I'm hired. Okay, let's move on. Now, let's go on a little bit of a heavier direction here. Aren't you glad I started out kind of soft instead of throwing you into the deep end of metal? Yeah. Anyways, there's a band called Death Pose, and they have a new album out called Midnight Society. I listened to a bunch of these guys' music when I was writing this review, and honestly, it's kind of weird because, I don't even know what genre they are. Here's what it says on YouTube. On their full-length debut, Midnight Society, Death Pose tear through 13 incendiary tracks of down-tuned punk/post-hardcore influenced noise rock, replete with indelible hooks, sharp and angular riffage, and a rhythm section that resonates with urgency. Okay, noise rock makes sense. I didn't really think it had any sort of cohesion to it. It was like they just switch from one tempo to another, one riff to another, and the lyrics, if you look at them on paper, they seem badass, but they don't make any fucking sense. Like literally, they don't mesh at all. It's just basically just screaming out cool ass sentences that have nothing to do with one another. Maybe it's just me. You might like them more than I do. But anyways, I don't dig them. They're probably going to appeal to somebody because the comment sections are exploding with positivity. Now, speaking of positivity, the next album is by the Rolling fucking Stones. Yes, the Rolling Stones, the original rock and roll band. Yeah. And guess what? They got a new album out called Hackney Diamonds. I listened to the whole thing last night, actually. And I gotta tell you, these motherfuckers are almost 80 years old and they still rock. Oh my god. If they can make it to 80, imagine who else can. In fact, I went and saw Grand Funk Railroad whenever I saw Lynyrd Skynyrd, and Grand Funk Railroad has some old-ass people in that band, and they still blew our wigs off. I'm still stitching mine back on. Pretty badass. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, the fucking Rolling Stones. Yeah, buy their album. It's pretty cool. What isn't cool is that Duff McKagan, yeah, the fucking bass player of Pistols and Flowers, made an album called Lighthouse, and believe it or not, it's all right. I mean, I wouldn't buy a copy of it, but I mean, you know, if you like... that band I just mentioned, or you like Duff McKagan, or you like hard rock, then go ahead and pick this album up. It's not metal, but it's still pretty hard. Also, I'm just joking about the not cool thing. Duff's an okay guy. I don't know him personally, but alright, whatever. Alright, and that's about it for now. I try to pick releases that sound like they are interesting, but sometimes, you hit and miss. So the album I'm going to recommend this week is Steve Harris's British Lion Band. Well, it's just called British Lion, actually. And the name of the album is This Is My God, which I think was their debut album before they switched it from being Steve Harris's British Lion to just British Lion. And honestly, it's a pretty cool sounding project, but you can tell that Steve Harris still has his fingers in all the puddings because they have the DNA of Iron Maiden. Like, the singer doesn't sound like, you know, Bruce Dickinson or even Blaze Bayley. But, you know, like some of the guitar work, some of the tempo, some of the rhythms and time signatures they do, and some of the riffs even, but a lot of everything bass related all sounds like Iron Maiden. So, anyway, it's interesting to hear something kind of different and know that Steve Harris is trying to do other shit besides just Iron Maiden. So, there you go. That's this week's update, so be sure to go ahead and check some of these bands out and toss them some money so they can go ahead and sell t-shirts and eat some food. I'm going to go ahead and catch a flight on Flight 420, and I will see you guys later. Stay away from smoke. Take it away, everybody in the meat hall. See ya.
Ready for the new menu, Chief?
Hold my calls. Let her rip.
Presenting the Over a Buck menu.
It's supposed to be under a buck.
You know, it said under a buck in your memo, but I figured it was a typo. Because I looked at all that great stuff on the menu and thought, no way that's under a buck. Kooky misunderstanding.
Fix it.
Fucking sick, doggy.
I'm a little thrown off because the two of you know exactly who the fuck these guys are, and I do
Hey,
not.
I learned about him from her.
The Callous Dow Boys.
Only because of Sirius XM's.
Yeah.
I don't know what channel it is.
Probably Liquid Metal.
Liquid
would be my
Metal.
guess,
Yeah, it has to be Liquid Metal.
Oh, that's some heavy shit.
I don't have Sirius anymore, but yeah, man, anything that heavy, especially right now, just makes me feel better.
Man, they got a violinist.
Yeah, it's just wild. I love it.
Like one of the guitar players is a chick. I mean, it's a nice little blend of weird shit.
Yeah, it's sick. Have y'all ever heard of I Wrestled a Bear Once?
I've heard of them.
So it gives me very similar feelings to that.
Yeah.
Like it's very eclectic. It's definitely metal, but it's not, traditional.
Oh, absolutely
stretch of
not.
the
That is that's about 4 songs in one song right there.
Yeah.
I was listening to that today after I got off work. And I was like, good damn. And then it just goes into like a sea shanty all of a sudden, and then it goes right back to metal.
Damn.
Love it.
That's a bizarre act, man.
I think the 49ers beat the Callous Dow Boys a couple weeks ago.
By the way, thanks to LJ. And the running joke, well, it's not a joke, but the running thing is most of you don't know, is that his other name when he's doing like rap and shit like that is Lowdown. Therefore, my setup is always
I
get the
love
lowdown on what's
that.
going down, with LJ. But
CLJ, anybody else, they'd have to pay a good amount of change at the radio station to get that done.
but anyway, make sure to look into LJ's music stuff. He comments on all of our shit, so it'd be easiest to go that way. But it's a KBX band.
At
so.
KBX Band, because
Yeah.
now YouTube's doing that at shit.
Yeah. Mine's
what?
Kevin. Mine's at Kevin on guitar, but
Oh, yeah, at. You have to have an at.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mine's at Beef Boy.
I don't know
Beef Boy.
what I am.
so you got to get in early, folks. You got to get in early.
Beef boy.
Adopter. Beef Boy Dilly.
Master 69 ass slapper. Get it right there.
By the way, well, hey, my first email address ever was defleopard69@hotmail.com.
Oh my God.
Just trying to get the ladies of the 80s.
That's right. I was 13, and I was like, I want email. You can do cool stuff with email. You go to the library and get a Hotmail account.
I don't quite remember what mine was, but it was SOAD, so System of a Down, and Blink, so Blink 182, and somehow they were smashed together.
Damn.
But that was
That's
literally my first email address. So anyway,
God damn, I'm lame compared to the two of you. Fuck.
Damn right. Hey, sometimes you got to get into the
fucking
party
nerds.
early, bro.
Oh my God.
The rule of thumb for that first email address, like, what's your favorite band right now? Which mine was Def Leppard.
Those are my two favorite bands at the time.
Yeah.
I'm dead. I was 12 or 13 maybe. I don't know.
I like the movie Into the Void, and I also like Butthole Service. I'm going to go into the butthole.
Void
69.
Void Hole Surfer 69. Now I think after that I had I wanted to go, man, I want something cool. Nighthawk 316 with a K. like a knight.
There you go. God, no, mine was lame. Like I think one of mine was Musket Blue at Yahoo or something like that. Because I was a fucking flintlock shooting guy, a black powder
Aw,
guy.
I think that's cute though. You shouldn't feel lame.
And
That's
then on
sweet.
top of that, and then it's bluing on the barrels. When you get gun barrel black,
Okay.
that's bluing.
Okay.
So yeah, it was Musket
Very
Blue.
cool.
Hey, well, at least you put some more thought
Yeah,
into
you
it than
definitely
we
put
did.
a lot more thought for sure.
I don't know. I feel like I didn't do the right fucking move though.
Well, I know I was bummed when Def Leppard at hotmail.com was taken. What's the first number you think of? 69, dude.
Right.
Fuck.
God, I like fucking.
R Hot C Pepper 69. See, I could have got on board. I just fucking didn't think it through.
Which, by the way, you can find me at Snapchat at Beef Boy Dilly.
It's funny you
I hate to say it though, you ain't gonna find shit.
Come get your dilly bar.
It's funny you bring Red Hot Chili Peppers up because my second email address, Spiked X Pleasure, is derived from lyrics from Aeroplane. I like pleasure spiked with pain, and music is my aeroplane. I thought I was so fucking clever, by the way.
I will say this though. Look
I
out.
still have that email address, by the way.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
Because this is how tribute bands get their names put together.
Oh,
No, it's always funny because my brother Daryl's in an STP tribute band. They actually named they're great, but man, some of the people they share a bill with is like, and I'll look at it and think, okay, hold on, I can figure out which band that they're
Right.
a tribute band of,
Just based.
on what the name is.
That's so fun.
Like learning
Right.
to swim, it's like, oh, well, that's a line out of Anima.
Right.
Learning to swim. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like I know exactly what
You're
that is.
covering
But once in a while, one of them will make me go, okay, fuck, hold on, I got to get a little less high and figure this out. let the investigation begin.
Gonna open with a Scott Whalen tribute band. Call it Dead and Bloated.
Well, I'm sure that's as dark as it sounds to my ear right
And
now.
it's
Wait a minute.
it's Stone Temple Pilots songs envisioned into doom metal.
my.
Actually, Dead and Bloated would make a really good doom metal song.
It really would.
Yeah, man. That's the fun time that we live in, is because you can pay homage to a band and do a full on tribute band and do it fucking really well and get a name for yourself doing it that way. And or you can go and like recreate these and re-envision them as doom metal songs, and there you go, you're ready to rock.
There's something to be said there.
Dig. Well, Mead for Metal Podcast. Thanks
Hey,
for
guys.
joining us this Friday. Yeah.
We'll see y'all later. Goodbye.
Figure we had to do it at
I
some
was
point.
like,
right?
oh yeah, I guess we better say it at some point.
Mead update. We've got a batch underway, and it is a batch of Troublemaker. It is already, it's already been spiced. We don't usually add in the anything in the first fermentation. Usually, most of the things we do now, if we add, it is in secondary. I mean that includes going to the barrel because that's technically a fermentation, sort of, kind of, but it's certainly a flavoring element because it draws that oak. But yeah, anything else, we don't really hit it in first fermentation. We've done it with this because it's a spiced mead.
Right. Okay.
Other than that, we'll start another batch maybe before the end of the year, but I doubt it. We'll see what happens. I mean, we're almost fucking sold out of that batch we just did like 2 months ago. It's almost gone. And that one is actually one that's amazing to turn on to people because you picked up some mead to, and it's like, man, don't give them that grand reserve because they're not going to really appreciate what the hell's going on. You'll appreciate it.
Yes.
So, but yeah, getting that batch one that we had made with the sweet mead yeast.
Right.
Whew. Yeah, that was a game changer on all fronts, and it's
Absolutely.
solid. If you want a traditional taste of mead, there you go. I prefer a little dry, but that's me. Kind of like my humor.
Yes.
I do like the astringency at the end. I enjoy that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the mead update, and plus we got a new primary fermenter in again, and it's also once got a spigot on it though, so then we can also dual purpose it as a bottling mechanism.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah. So pretty excited about a fucking fermenter. Yeah, you bet. No, we live exciting lives around here. So.
I got to learn a whole new fucking rhythm method for bottling now.
Kinda. Almost, but it's like turning a fucking hose off and on.
I know.
So.
I know. Hey, it's just, learning something new. No more hose crimping.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Kind
know
of okay with that.
If I would invest a pile of money, then we could get one that's actually a bottling machine that would actually also put O2 into the bottle, so we could start making nectar. But
Oh, well, that just sounds like way more work.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
well,
it does.
not really. That place up there at what was it, the Redstone Meadery up there in Boulder.
Yeah. God,
But
I forgot about that
take the
place.
tour and everything else. Yeah, they just put it under there and they pull this thing down. And it loads the bottle full of mead and O2.
Interesting.
And it's really low test mead too. It's like 7%.
Okay.
So like half the vitality. I
Mead
guess,
for
but
children.
Yes.
it's a breakfast liquor.
Yes, I was like, so I will have that with my oatmeal.
Let it get to room temp. Put it on your waffles.
But I thought that was really, really interesting. And dude's like, yeah, he said, a lot of people do this with beer. He said, we do it with our nectar. And I thought, well, that's kind of badass. But man, if you're doing like full batches of mead, you don't have to hook up an O2 either.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just a matter of it immediately goes down and slams a cork down behind it, and ready to go.
That makes sense.
Now, I bet those machines are fucking not cheap. But,
No.
$200-$300.
Unfortunately.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, $200 or $300. Yeah.
At least.
If you find one, let me know because I think they're more in the ballpark of probably $8,000.
It's like, we're talking a little more than that. Put some zeros on there.
Looks like I'm going to have to get back to hooking.
Yep.
Push an ass down on the corner, right?
Good luck. I don't think anyone has money for hookers anymore.
They will for my price range.
Oh,
The
fair
1%, the 1%. I don't. It's the weirdest shit because it seems like people are struggling, but God damn it, even the Federal Reserve can't get the economy under control.
No.
It's just a runaway,
Everything is a mess.
fucking explosive run, like diarrheic sense of capitalism. And
It's
it's
like, how
just
the fuck are y'all affording this shit?
Exactly.
Late stage capitalism.
Shit, man.
sucks.
So some people are doing really well. I think there are a lot of people that are not.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck it. Metal
Hey.
update for this week. Anybody buying guitars this week? And I know the average person would be going, oh, fuck, what'd Kevin do now?
I was about to be like, did you just buy a fucking another guitar?
I did not.
Okay, I was like, damn, dude.
I did not. I don't
thought
need
you were on your best behavior.
I don't want an intervention. So
Look here.
we'll settle with where we're at the moment.
Here,
I got a
baby.
couple basses, couple acoustics, couple of electrics, couple mandolins. I'm good.
For every instrument you play, you have two options.
It is weird because it was not fucking planned that way.
No, but it works. It works like
It
a
is
dream.
that way, but yeah. Now I can't go because one acoustic is put away in a case in the other room, and as is the same with the other mandolin. But yeah,
Right.
But
Well, you don't need them both, though.
yeah, what I'm going to fucking showcase everything out here? No,
Well, yeah.
it's not a very big house.
This is now the music corner. Well, there are two.
Yeah, it was like corners.
You just wait until it's like, all right, running out of room. We're going to get rid of a lot of couches around here.
What are
Continue
these
to build on.
beanbags? Those y'all's chairs. Enjoy.
Enjoy them beanbag chairs as we'll serenade you with a drum kit set up in the living room.
That's right. You throw it on a bass playing YouTube fucking video watch along, and I'll try to learn this here song for you real quick.
I got to say this is that if anybody's ever talked shit about Guitar Hero and being non-applicable into the world of actual music, you're wrong on a couple of fronts. Because first of all, Brandon's got actually a better sense of rhythm than I fucking do. And I think that comes directly from Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't come from me learning it. It's just...
Number two is that if you can make your brain work that way, you can play directly from tab if you were a crazy demon on Guitar Hero. And because the way that the brain works, you just have to kind of retune it for, I'm at this position with these strings rather than this block and this block. And,
It's a huge jump. It really is.
I've never seen anybody play by tab for shit they never heard of in their life. And like, maybe you're just over knocking it out. What the fuck, man?
It's cool, man. Hey, that got me like a really hot girlfriend being good at Guitar Hero.
Goddamn, you get good at fucking actually playing real instruments. Goddamn, you'll be turning pussy away.
That's right. I'll be having to decline respectfully.
That's right. Sorry, madam, you will not get my seed this fine day.
My dad's card is full. You understand? Almost starts talking like Dusty Rhodes. Look here, baby.
We've already done that, huh?
I got the day off.
Shit. But other than that, I don't know what else we could update with metal, but that's kind of where that shit's at.
Yeah.
I started kind of doing the crazy thing of looking at the cost that it's going to be for the next upgrade. And then we're talking upgrade a laptop so that way we can establish a new fucking a new DAW, digital audio workstation. One that can handle, and will likely is not, if we don't do Bitwig, we will probably go Pro Tools. And that's going to be expensive. So laptop will be expensive. Pro Tools will be expensive. Upgrade the board, which actually is probably going to happen long before the laptop upgrade. Man, and that's going to be fucking pricey as shit, too, because I'm going to go pretty next gen with that. I mean, we're talking probably neighborhood of like $5,000 for me to upgrade shit. And that's not even touching mics, which actually should probably get upgraded at some point.
Well, I guess we'll just have to put the old... I was about to say DMT lounge idea to the side.
DMT lounge? I think you mean EDM lounge.
There it is.
DMT. I'm like, what?
Like, wait, hold on a second. I think I just thought of something better.
Yeah, your DMT is a whole. I mean, it's related.
I see you have a line on something here.
Yes, we need to find somebody that can get us that.
Yeah, DMT, apparently you see geometrical shapes and lines and shit like that. So,
hey,
the death molecule, which I don't know.
Hey,
how the fuck do we know that's actually the shit you get at death?
That's I don't know. I can look it up. I really don't know how much research they've actually done on that. But
I was about to say I'll lose it, but she's way smarter than I am.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You think I'm Googling anything now? Fuck that.
She'll see those words and be like, I know what those words mean. I'll look at them and be like, what does catastrophic mean?
Yeah. That's it's just bizarre to me because too many claims are made. People like, oh yeah, I died and I saw light and I knew I was going to go be with Jesus and I was going to hang out. We were going to chill and then all of a sudden, these doctors fucking brought me back.
That man asked me if I had any papers, and just as I was about to say yes, I was taken away from him.
But so I want to know. It's like, well, maybe is that the death molecule then kicking in, and that's what you're seeing? I don't know.
Well, like DMT, from my recollection, which could be horribly wrong, is related to the chemical released in your brain when you're near death.
Yes, that's why they call it the death molecule.
It's endogenous, so I guess humans, animals, plants, like a lot of creatures make DMT.
Yeah, they and it's there's a fucking bush that acacia bush. Because that's apparently the most common that you can actually take an acacia bush
synthesize DMT out of it?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Now, acacia bushes, oddly enough, are found pretty much in great numbers in the Middle East, where a lot of people saw some interesting things and,
Yeah, burning bushes.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Splitting an entire sea, huh? Sounds like a lot of work for one man.
I've been talking to you about it fairly regularly, it seems like, past couple weeks about like getting back into trying Salvia again.
Oh no, I'm out on that. But I realize that grows naturally, and that's in my wheelhouse of my things that I'll do. But no, I'm kind of good where I'm at in life right now.
Oh no, yeah, that Salvia, that's well, for me, it's a forced happiness type of drug. Like you're going to be laughing your ass off and having a good time, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I think I might be all right.
Or you got weirdos jumping through windows like they just did bath salts.
Yeah, if I get myself around about a 2 to 3 grammer on shrooms, I'll be in the same kind of happiness. But
well, Salvia is great because that shit peaks at about 5 minutes and is gone in 10.
Yeah, that is the best.
Damn.
part
There
of
is
Salvia,
no-
is it's not a long thing. At
It
all.
comes in, it beats the shit out of your brain,
Yeah,
and is gone.
it's
well, apparently that's about the same as DMT. That it's got an arc of 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's why they call it the businessman's acid, because you can go on
I know,
lunch.
I like that name.
You can go on lunch, do it, and then go back to work. And you went on an entire trip while you were gone.
Well, talk about madmen, right?
I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm very curious about, because I remember hearing that and being like, what a strange thing. Can you imagine just like, I'm going to just go on a little trip on lunch and come on back?
Man, you're a different kind of cat if that's a thing you need in the middle of the day, huh?
Yeah. I got nothing.
I want to see the architecture of the universe laid out before my eyes, and then I'm going to go back and take care of my clients.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't
Have
know
a couple
enough
martinis, baby.
Right. I don't know enough about it, but
Yeah,
very interesting. I'll have to look into that sometime.
yeah, that's the other thing too, is because I'm not even sure what the fuck? Nobody is synthesizing DMT. You know.
I'm not
Probably
sure.
a few weird
Yeah.
fucking chemistry majors out in California, maybe.
Yes, exactly. We'd have to definitely go to a city, I think, if to get a hold of it for sure. I don't think it's definitely not something you're gonna find around here.
And likely, I would have probably never even heard of fucking DMT if it wasn't for Joe fucking goof ass Rogan.
Really?
Yeah, because that guy went real deep on talking about DMT, like almost every episode, and it became a thing now. Even as people will, comment on his like socials or whatever. Not that I really am there anymore because he went to fucking Spotify, so he can go fuck himself. But, but every time like somebody will comment like, yo, bro, you ever had DMT? These are just comments because that's what Rogan would kind of ask people. No,
Okay.
I'm talking, and this is Rogan shit from like 7 years ago too.
Okay.
And say, hey, so let me ask you, you ever tried DMT? And his guest would be like, no.
No. What the fuck?
So that's kind of the thing,
funny.
and so people will do that as a callback. But
Yeah. What an interesting trip to have.
But Joe Rogan go fuck himself. So
It was fun. Joe Rogan. It was fun while it lasted.
yeah, it was fun while he actually before his real stripe came out.
Yeah, that dude
As
just.
soon as he got signed to Spotify, he's like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, I
Here
don't
we
have to
go.
have any of these asshole fucking friends of mine on the political left. Well, fuck yeah.
Cool.
So, and it has been nothing but a complete bombardment by fucking right wingers and shit like
Yeah.
that. And that guy's a tight friend with Alex Jones.
Yeah, that dude's.
That's
It's messy. We'll just leave it at that.
yeah. Now, that's the thing, man. If you're a young white dude on the right, yeah, that is probably your
Yeah.
fucking
It's
your
absolutely
moral
your
compass.
bag. Gross.
Yeah, but hey, it is fucking
It is
what it is that they say.
Yeah.
That's why I listen to Trailer Park Boys podcast instead. At least it makes me laugh for about 25, 30 minutes.
Which I will say, a moment of silence. No, you can't do that. But a rest in peace to my Apple iPod Touch.
Oh no.
May of 2010 to October of 2023.
Man, you got a good.
I would
good
like to
use
think
out
I
of
could
that.
get. I'd like to get at least 14 years out of my electronics. No, it's
I just know that Apple builds their shit so it breaks. So I'm impressed that you.
well, this is back when they didn't. But
Oh yeah, I guess so.
2010, yeah, back when old Jobsy was still alive.
Oh,
But
indeed,
Yeah.
but
it was a different
now,
company then.
it's still actually, and to top it off, it didn't die. It's actually functional. But what it does not do anymore is connect and download download information. In this case, podcasts.
Okay.
It will not sync up my music. I can't get. 72 seasons was the last thing I was able to get on.
Oh no.
So, as far as getting updated shit, I can still jump on and play fucking Flappy Bird on the fucking thing or whatever the fuck that was. That was hot like 15 years ago or 12 years ago.
That is
Angry Bird?
Floppy Bird. Yeah, it was
Floppy Bird?
Flappy Bird, the
Flappy,
one where
yeah.
you hit buttons like.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, it took America by storm for about 8 months.
Oh, okay.
Until the guy is like, look, this is too goddamn stressful. I didn't realize this game was going to be enjoyed by millions of people. I'm taking it down
Yeah.
and I'm done.
But
Damn, that's
Pretty good.
crazy.
so it's a weird little. It is a weird little slice of time. There is an album from 2023 on it. There, 72 seasons is on there, but I can't get anything else now. It won't pull anything down. Now I do almost wonder though, because I had an issue with my router during the podcast. Actually, when we went to LJ, we had to kind of reset some things.
That's right.
Is that it?
Maybe.
I
You
don't
could
know.
check.
But-
You wouldn't hurt to look one more
But
time.
again, I don't know.
Have
I
a
just
feeling
I just
it's-
need to get to the point where it's like, man, do I need to listen to podcasts now? Why don't I just fucking listen to music? I mean,
Yeah, you
it's
can
what
just
normal
switch.
people do.
Fuck that. You're on one.
Eh.
Listen to your own shit.
Ugh, God, that sounds like a fucking torture. That sounds like some shit they were probably doing down in Cuba.
Might I recommend episode 4? One of our better ones.
4? I don't even
I'm
remember
just,
that far
I'm
back.
being, I'm
I
bullshitting.
think
I wouldn't
he's
listen to
joking.
anything in double digits, by the way. Actually, single or double, and it
Once
only
we-
gets worse from there.
Once we let the rage flow and we got to start talking shit about Yari Menopause, that's when things started getting better.
Yeah. Oh, the cocksucker with the golden spa.
That's right. I believe that is one of our top 5 most viewed.
It's certainly one of the most hated, though, because some Winter Sun fans found their way to us, and boy, they were not happy.
And look who was right.
Yeah,
Look who's
and
right.
It turns out they're like, oh fuck this, Yeah, Yari's our boy. Yeah, Yari took all your money and laughed all the way back. And some of these cocksuckers were like, I'm doing double donation because I think it's great. I'm like,
What'd you get for those hundreds of dollars?
Nothing.
An EP.
yeah, got one and stubs, right?
Stubs.
So that way, and then you like, if you want to make your own fucking version of the song, then you've got access to
Like,
that.
hey, motherfucker, you hate my music? Mix it yourself.
Yeah. I remain a Winter Sun fan, but it's a very specific time. And that time was 2008 to 2012, 13, something like that. 2013, I think. In other words, 2 records, the self-titled and Time 1, which would lead you to believe there's a Time 2. But you would be wrong. Oh, you would be fucking very wrong. There was no Time 2.
No. I've been promised and worked on, and it's 30% done. It's 80% done. then it's
Allegedly was
50%
entirely done. And then allegedly then he didn't like what it was, so he dumped all of it. And he's going to go start from scratch. Like, this motherfucker's lying. He's straight up lying. He never had. You had the whole thing done. You just didn't like the production that you did, so you decided to destroy the whole thing. Fuck you. Nobody does that.
It's kind of cool to know that, like, as far as views go on our channel, of course, the most viewed video is the Piss Podcast.
You people love piss. You do. You love some piss.
dirty bitches.
And we appreciate you for it.
And then it's a whole bunch of Guitar Hero charts I made.
I don't know. That one from fucking 2 weeks ago, we'll probably start. We'll see that one kind of get up.
Well,
there,
funny thing is, the second most viewed podcast is the Michael P.S. Hayes podcast.
There it is. People love Michael P.S. Hayes.
Followed by
People love sexy, hairy men.
it dethroned the Yari Menopause episode.
Oh, Yari loses again.
Oh, man.
Shit.
We got crowdfunded and everything.
Taking another L.
Man, fuck that band. Oh, God damn it. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. We good to go?
Let's get the fuck out of here. Now I'm mad.
Let's see. We have nothing next week for this because it's Halloween.
That's
So,
true.
We'll
Ring,
call
ging,
that one a
ging,
day,
ging,
right?
ring, ging, ging, ging.
So we won't be back on this one, but we'll be back 2 weeks. We'll be actually officially into fucking November.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be about 89 degrees and south wind blowing. Should be
Usually
a beautiful summer day.
We've gotten a freeze by then, but I guess we'll see. This weather has been insane.
Been fucking wacky. All right. Well,
I
we'll see
literally
what-
have sunflowers in my backyard because it's so warm.
Right.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, and then the overnight lows once in a while. I had a plant out there, like immediately lets me know. I was like, shit got cold the other night.
Yeah,
So,
but they're hanging in there. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll have to send you some photos. They're nice.
what a weird climactic year. Anyway,
Indeed.
and it's only going to get worse. Isn't that fun?
Yay!
Hey, enjoy.
Who's
We'll,
having fun?
See you shitbirds in a couple weeks, huh? Iron Roses, huh?